My husband had an affair with his coworker while I was 8 months pregnant. Levi wasn't the type to cheat. That's what I kept telling myself. He was the responsible one. Corporate finance guy, suits and ties, never missed a mortgage payment. The man who cried happy tears when I showed him the positive pregnancy test and spent entire weekends painting the nursery himself. We picked out baby names together. He read parenting books in bed and rubbed my swollen feet without me asking. I thought we were building something permanent. I was 8 months pregnant when he started coming home late, 9 at night, then 10, then 11. Said work was crazy. Big deal closing. His boss was writing everyone. I believed him because Levi didn't lie. That's who he was. Predictable. Safe. Until I couldn't sleep one night and opened his laptop. He'd left his email open, and there it was. 24 years old. His coworker. Months of messages. Talking about the hotel from last week. How she couldn't stop thinking about him. How he made her feel alive. I scrolled back. It had been going on for 4 months. While I was throwing up every morning. While my body stopped feeling like mine. While he was reading me parenting books and pretending to be excited about our future. He'd been fucking a girl 6 years younger than me. At hotels, during his late nights at work, while I sat at home growing his child. I didn't confront him that night. I sat there, 8 months pregnant and shaking, reading every single email. When he came home, I pretended to be asleep. He climbed into bed and kissed my forehead like nothing was wrong. I waited 2 days. I screenshotted everything. Every email. Every text I found on his phone while he showered. Every receipt from hotels and restaurants I didn't know about. I saved it all. Then I called an employment lawyer. Levi's company had a strict no fraternization policy. I'd heard him talk about it before. 2 people in his department got fired last year for dating. No warnings, no exceptions. If you were sleeping with a coworker, you were done. I sent everything to HR. Every screenshot, every receipt, every piece of evidence that Levi and Kelsey had been having an affair for 4 months. I sent it anonymously. Then I went home and waited. He got the call 2 days later. I was on the couch when his phone rang. I watched his face go pale. He stepped outside. When he came back in, he looked destroyed. I got fired. I looked up. What? He wouldn't say at first, just kept pacing, running his hands through his hair. Finally, he admitted it. Someone reported him and Kelsey to HR. They'd both been terminated. Effective immediately. I asked who Kelsey was. He said just a coworker. I asked why someone would report them. He said he didn't know, that his career was over. I didn't tell him it was me. He spiraled, started drinking, stopped showering. His friend Louis let him stay on the couch for a few days, but Louis had a wife and kids. Levi came back home, begged me to let him stay, said he had nowhere else to go. I told him he could stay until the baby was born. After that, he needed to leave. He tried to fix things, said Kelsey was a mistake, that she didn't mean anything, that he loved me, that he wanted to be a family. I told him he should have thought about that before he fucked someone else while I was carrying his child. Our son was born 3 weeks later. Perfect, healthy. Levi was in the delivery room, but I didn't let him hold the baby right away. I named our son without him, put my last name on the birth certificate, not his. 2 weeks after I brought the baby home, I filed for divorce, and I filed for child support. Levi didn't have a job, couldn't get a reference from his last company, 8 years there, and now he had nothing. No one in the city wanted to hire him. Word travels fast in corporate finance. He said he'd have to move, that there were no opportunities here anymore, that he'd have to start over somewhere else. I told him that sounded like a him problem. The house was mine. I'd put down the entire down payment. My name was first on the deed. My lawyer made it clear Levi had no claim. He'd have to leave, find somewhere cheaper, somewhere he could afford with no job and a massive child support payment hanging over his head. He begged me to lower the support amount, said he couldn't afford it, that he'd be broke. I told him the court decided what was fair, not me. He said I was being cruel. I said he should have thought about that before he cheated on his pregnant wife. Kelsey left town 2 months after they got fired, moved back in with her parents. I don't know where she ended up. I don't care. Levi moved 4 months after the baby was born, found some job in a smaller city hours away, a pay cut, a demotion, a tiny apartment he could barely afford, a life he never wanted. He calls sometimes, asks to see the baby. I let him when it's convenient, once a month maybe. He sent me a message last week, said he's barely making rent, that the child support is killing him, that he doesn't know how much longer he can keep this up. I read it, didn't respond. He wanted me to leave, wanted me out of my own house so he could play with his girlfriend. Instead, he lost everything, his job, his home, his city, and I kept it all. The full story is linked below or on my channel.